Alright, so we got a Samsung range here and no power. Stove is basically dead. So we go back and just got to remove the back panel, and this is what we have. So I was trying to help this customer. He's pretty far away, so I was walking him through some steps, what to check, and he sent me some pictures. He thought maybe he could just replace the cord. After I seen the pictures, I said, no, I need to come out. We need to replace the power or terminal block. As you can see, the back of that stove actually had drywall screws. So whoever sold this stove to him never actually installed the cord properly and even the screws. So these are things you have to deal with when you buy used appliances from people that don't actually know what they're doing. So first things first, we're going to remove the back and we're going to check the element. Check for grounding. So that's good. And once we're done, we're going to check for proper voltage. But I did have him check that and he said voltage was good, but we are always going to verify, of course. So you want to make sure the cord itself is not damaged or melted, which it's not. So we're going to put this into an adjustable and use a 1/4 inch, and we're going to remove it. Now I thought it was going to be pretty tight. In fact, it was so loose I could have actually used my finger and remove it. So that tells you right away that it was never actually tight. Now, towards the end, I will show you how tight and how snug you need to make those. Electricity, it vibrates at a high frequency. So if those cords are not properly installed, they will heat up and will do damage. So we're taking off the old terminal block, 2 Phillips screws, and we are going to install the new one. And before that, we're going to clean the terminals, the wire terminals, make sure they're nice and clean, because whenever there's any kind of arcing, corrosion, you want to make sure the copper on the wires are nice and clean. So we're going to clean those up. Also, I'll be installing a ground strap. So this is what we're doing to clean them up. Nothing more than a file. You can use sandpaper as well, just to get them nice and clean. A little bit of corrosion, nothing crazy, but once you're there, just go ahead and get everything in perfect working order. Alright, so there's 2 Phillips screws for the power block or terminal block. Those are new screws. Also, guys, if the screws are damaged or burnt, you don't want to use the same damaged screws. They are now compromised, so you want to replace them with new screws. Alright, so I'm using my impact to get them in, but I'm not going to beat on them. Once they're nice and snug, then I'll use my ratchet, and we're going to snug them up. There we go. That's a 1/4 inch. As you can see, I was still able to turn. Not a lot, but they have to be. They must be snug. All right, so this part is very important. That unit, I did not see a ground strap on it. So I'm assuming whoever had it or installed it for him never installed it. So it is a must. When it's a 3-wire hookup, you need to include that. So even when you get your stove, if it's a new install, you can go ahead and keep that on the body of the stove, secure it with a screw if you have a 4-wire hookup, which you would not use that. But in this case, it is a must. And that is installed on the white, the neutral wire. So now we're getting ready to install the stove cord. Now there is a certain way, guys, to install these cord. Now the flat side, it will have a flat side where the wire, when it's crimped, it's turned down. So you want to face that side down towards the terminal block itself, and that gives it a more secure locking, you may say, position. But that is the proper way of doing it, instead of upside down, so to say. As you can see, the crimped wire is facing down. Again, I'm using my impact, but this is not what I'm actually going to be using to do my final adjustment. As you can see, you still have a little bit of tightening to do. Nice and secure. So we're going to use a new cord restraint. Now, on a cord that is on a stove, they are a lot more rigid and stiff. So a lot of times when you don't have it secured properly, what's going to happen, it's going to move, especially when you push the stove in, especially on those black cords. They're so much more stiff, or stiffer than the gray ones. But nonetheless, you still need to put a cord restraint, because it keeps the cord, it takes all the pressure off the terminal block, and you're never going to have a problem when you're fully secured. Probably one of the reasons as well for the failure of the other one is the terminal block was not fully secured as well. It was very loose, so the cord had a lot of play. But the main reason for that was obviously the nut or screw was not fully secured. It was not tight. Nice and tight. Double check your work, make sure everything's nice and tight. Now all the screws are installed back with proper Samsung screws. And now we're going to put the cover on. Or actually, I'm going to check for power first, just to verify. From left to center, 120. And from right to center, 120 again. From left to right, 240. All right, so power is great. So we're going to put the last cover on. And by the way, take a look at this cover. See that? That's exactly what happened. All right, so Phillips screws in the back, 1, and you're done. And you'll see shortly, stove is working. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.